What you're about to watch is a real video analysis lesson I made for a recent student. This is where somebody sent me video footage of their serve, but I can do match analysis, forehand, backhand, net play, your footwork. I'm going to put you side by side with the pros and teach you step by step what you're doing correctly and what you need to improve to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. If you would like me to analyze your game, send me an email, ryan@2minutetennis.net. We can even hop on a quick phone call and we could talk about what you're looking to improve and what are the options to get you analyzed. Enjoy this lesson. Can't wait for you to watch it. Hey, Yang, it's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net. Hey, thank you so much for the opportunity now to do a video stroke analysis lesson for you on your serve. So you've got a good serve. You do a lot right. First, let's talk about your grip. You got a good continental grip, and we'll discuss the grip a little more, but we'll just talk about the basics of the grip is great. Your toss height is really awesome. Let's look at your toss height. Right here, it should be somewhere between 0.6 and 0.9. You put the ball around head level, eye level, and you run a timer. 0.6 to 0.9 seconds is what it should read from now until contact, and 0.76. That's identical to Ben Shelton. So you're smack dab in the middle of that range of acceptability. Really, really good. And also, I love the fact that your toss goes into the court. If I actually go backward here, we'll look at this one. Watch how your toss goes forward into the court. There's a slight rainbow in the movement where the toss goes like that. The toss goes forward into the court, and that means you get to contact the ball out in front of the baseline. I just did an analysis for a guy. His toss was straight as a pin. I mean, it was like up an elevator shaft, coming back down. So great to see that your toss is going inside the court. I love this, by the way. This is really good. This looks like Rod Laver. As your racket drops, your left arm drops. Watch how they go down. It like perfectly synchronized. Absolutely. That's exactly what it should be. Because some people, their left arm drops too soon, so they try to keep it up forever. Well, can be just as detrimental. The tossing arm should go down with the racket. Really good stuff. Absolutely love it. And then last, the finish. I love how you land inside the baseline. The back leg kicks up. Really great stuff. You're leaning in. So those ideas, no matter what we change, keep doing them because they're already helping you to have a very good serve. All right, Yang, here are your areas for improvement. Number one, currently you are choking up on the grip. Number two, your right hand is outside the body as it rises. I'll explain what that means. Number three, your racket tip points up too early. Number four, your right arm is straight after contact. And number five, your left hand finishes behind your left butt cheek in the finishing movement, the end. All of these ideas, when corrected, are going to give you the free power that you're looking for. All right, Yang, number one, you're choking up on the grip. I've got you next to a right-handed Nadal. And what we'll notice with this serve, he hit an ace down the tee against Alcaraz. What you'll notice is we cannot see the grip below his hand. Now, we can see the tape because he really tapes up his fingers. He's taped up his fingers and his fingertips for blisters, but we're not seeing the grip itself. There's no grip to be seen right there. And it's a white grip. We would absolutely see it. With yours, we can see the grip. And because we can see the grip, we know that you're not holding down as low as Nadal, and it just is an opportunity to be looser and more relaxed and get more whip and more snap and that free power that you're looking for. So it's a small change where you're going to hold a little bit lower in the hand, but, and by the way, don't have your pinky off the racket. Okay, so I don't want like your pinky so low that the pinky comes off the racket, but I want the pinky as low as it can possibly go. I want there to be no more room for you to go down. And the pinky is as low as it can possibly go. You are going to feel a difference right away that you're looser, you're more relaxed, and you can get a lot more free power. Yang, second idea. Your right hand is outside your body as it rises. So I've got you side by side with JJ Wolf. And what I want you to notice is the way his hand rises. If we look at his upper body, when his hand goes up, it's going to stay within the frame of his body from this view. So watch his right hand stay inside the frame of his body. So his hand is down by like his right pocket, and his hand is going to go directly to his ear. Watch his hand go in a straight line to the back of his right ear. Okay, we're going to do this for you now. Here is your body. Now, to do it the way JJ does it, we should see your hand go directly to your ear, just like he does, right? But watch how your hand goes like this. Your hand goes out. In fact, it was farther than I even drew. Your hand goes way out and then back. So the hand goes like this. Out and then back. You were talking in your email about needing to separate the body, right? You wanted your body to be separate from your shoulders to be separated from your hips and to get more coil and to get your chest back. The problem is when you lift your hand, your chest rotates forward. If we look at JJ, his chest is facing straight across and so is yours. But watch when JJ lifts his hand, how his body rotates away from the court. And now we actually see more of his chest. Here we see a little bit less. We almost see his profile there. And now here we see his chest. Watch how when your hand comes up, we actually see less of your chest. So as your hand goes up, your body opens to the court, where we actually want to close the body to the court. The easiest way to do this is to learn, and you're going to have to film yourself from the back, is learn how to bring your hand straight to your right ear. Now, if you notice the way he does this, and you alluded to this in your email. In fact, you didn't allude to it. You actually talked about it. When you take your hand to your ear, that's when you should see the elbow go back. So you can see the elbow is back. Here's the line of the body. And you said, Ryan, I like to see the elbow to the left of my body. Completely agree. But you go out with your hand and then back. That doesn't allow the elbow to go back until super late. Your elbow goes back really late, where his elbow is going back even like right now, and the racket is still down here, where your racket is fine, or your elbow's finally back when the racket's up above your head. So learn how to move your hand in a straight line to your ear. And the way you do that is while your hand rises up, you elbow someone behind you. When you elbow someone behind you, that takes the hand straight up the body, keeping it within the frame. That allows you to actually coil the body more, getting tremendous racket speed. And by the way, I'll show you mine as well. And right, the body. So now you can see this, right? Watch my hand. Goes right to my ear in a straight line. My hand goes directly to my ear. And the way that's possible, the way to get the hand to go like this is to move the elbow back. So my elbow is going back, and that's what allows the hand to go in a straight line. Your elbow stays where it is, and your hand goes like this. That's the issue, and that's actually why your body opens up, reducing the coil. You can't uncoil as dynamically as much as you need to, and then your serve is good. I mean, it's very good, but it isn't what it could be and what it will be when you learn to just lift the hand straight to the ear, elbowing someone behind you. Number 3, your racket tip points up too early. Okay, I've got you next to PlayYourCourt here, Giovanni PlayYourCourt. I want you to just look at where the tip of your racket is pointing and where the tip of his racket is pointing. Both of you have your hands at around shoulder level, okay? So your hand is around shoulder level, his hand is around shoulder level, but there's a difference in where the tip of the racket is pointing. You'll notice that Giovanni here has a very pronounced wrist curl. When you have a flexed wrist like this, it delays the racket. If you can delay the racket, it will simply necessitate a faster racket through up to contact. So what we don't want is to have a shorter distance to the ball, We want to have a longer distance to the ball, right? Speed is nothing but distance over time. So the goal is to try to figure out, okay, how in the world can we get you to swing faster? All right, we're going to choke down a little bit. All right, we're going to have the elbow go back as we lift the hand. It's going to help facilitate the body coil. Third, we can actually delay the racket so that as the hand is rising up, you keep the tip of the racket down. This idea of ball up, tip down is I shouldn't say universal. It is something that is part of, I would say, 90% of the pros on tour. Even I will do this. Again, I'm not a pro player. I maxed out at a 5.0 level. Tip of the racket down. You can see my hand. It's actually right at shoulder level, just like you. At this point, your racket was up here. So by being late, if you've ever been late to work, you know you got to drive fast. My racket actually is feeling late, so then that requires me to swing faster. All right, Yang. Number 4, your arm is straight after contact. Let's look at this position right here. Your arm is straight, and then the racket's here. If we look at JJ Wolf, look at how bent his elbow is. His elbow is pointing up. This is actually something that I've been working on with my own serve to get more racket speed. When you are hitting, or I should say finishing, I want you to purposely bend your elbow. So you can see his elbow is bent. Now it straightens, and then it bends again. Here your arm is bent. Now it straightens, but it stays straight. Now, I am certainly not saying that this is wrong, because that's actually what Federer does. But I want you to experiment with a bent elbow. Because when you bend the elbow and your elbow points up, this is actually called the Sampras elbow in tennis coaching, because Sampras did this. When you bend the elbow, it's a link that gets to go faster than the upper arm. Your upper arm being here, obviously, and your lower arm is here. So your lower arm and the racket will get to go faster than what your shoulder can do. Since you have a hinge in your elbow, you might as well use that hinge to help accelerate the racket. So I know, and some people say, yeah, but Ryan, it doesn't, this is after contact. And it's the funny thing. Even a technique that happens after you hit the ball, it's almost like, since you're like laying the groundwork for having a faster swing after contact, that means you're more willing to swing faster even before contact, is because it has a place to go, right? It's like a long runway for a plane. The longer the runway, like if you have a ridiculously long runway, you can land at a ridiculously fast speed. Right? Like one actually helps the other to occur. So if you can be swinging really fast after contact, you're willing to swing very fast before contact because you have a place for that energy to go. So I want you to practice bending the elbow after contact. I know for me, when I started doing this, I definitely could tell that I was hitting like faster miles per hour. It was 1 mile an hour faster, 2 miles an hour faster. I don't know, but I felt like I had more pop. And that's why I'm sharing it with you. Here's Shelton, elbows bent, everything straight, and there it is, right? Well, we'll go right there. You can see the 3 segments, 1, 2, 3, right? That's what you're looking for. You're looking for 3 points, not straight out and then down, but up, down, and then that right there. You're looking for those 3 segments in the upper arm, lower arm, and then the racket. And number 5, Yang, when you're done, you tend to have your left hand behind you. You can see your left hand is behind your left butt cheek. I want you to finish the way Nadal does. And I'll show you JJ as well. And I use these players all the time because they just check every box on the serve. Their technique is just so good. I want you to notice that he has his arms crossed. This is called a power X. And at this moment, when the racket is down on the left side, just like you, his left hand is actually visible on the right side of his body. And yes, this is Nadal. I just reversed the video so that he's right-handed. And what you notice is right here It's like he's waving to us. He's waving to the camera. If he had a ball in his right pocket, he could grab the ball out of his right pocket with his left hand. Now, you do tuck your arm in as you're striking the ball right here. You tuck your arm in. But then it moves back behind you. And now it's behind your left butt cheek. Watch with Nadal, he hits an ace. And he never moves it behind him. He does not put the left hand back. He just crosses his arms and then immediately puts the hand on the racket, and he's ready for the return to come back. The point and the whole reason for this is to stop the body's rotation. So let's check this out. Watch, like here we can see the Nike symbol on his chest. Watch as he's hitting. Here we see his chest, and then here we see his back, right? So his body is twisting. So his body is going up, but as it goes up, it's uncoiling, right? He's corkscrewing up. He's going up and rotating as he hits. But if we look right now where his belt buckle basically is pointing, his belt buckle is facing like the net post or the single stick, right? Because of that, his body is not facing his target, right? His body is not facing his target. Body's facing to the right. Watch how, as he hits, his belt buckle continues facing. By the way, there's the bent elbow. You can see he's got the bent elbow. Look how his belt buckle is still pointing over here. So when he hits, this is important. Watch in this area right here. Watch how there's no rotation at all. None. The point of this is you want to uncoil. Remember, we're turning our chest, and he does not have the best elbow position. You can see his elbow. His elbow is doing what yours is doing, right? He could have hit bigger serves, and I've made YouTube videos on this topic. You know, this is why you have to kind of cherry pick. You have to, it's like Frankenstein. You got to pull different parts of different players to kind of show the perfect serve. But watch how he's rotating, and he rotates to contact, and now he stops rotating. And he hits, and he's delaying his lower body, and his upper arm is just snapping. And that's why he's able to ace Alcaraz. When you're hitting, the goal should be to not be twisting. We don't want to continue to twist. And you have much more of a continuous twisting action as you're hitting. If we just kind of look right here, you're definitely twisting more than Nadal as he hits. We want to rotate to contact, but then not rotate through contact. And I would say this is actually the best example. So that's why I saved this one for last. JJ's got the logo on his chest. So here his chest is facing the back fence. Here his chest is facing like the net post. But watch right here how his body stops rotating. Check this out. Look how the symbol on his chest stops rotating. So check this out. It's rotating there, rotating to contact, but not rotating after. He stops, like the moment he hits the ball, his chest stops rotating. Isn't that crazy? Like you can just tell this area stops rotating. Crazy stuff. And as he's hitting, his body is going up and his body is corkscrewing. And then as he gets to the ball, body stops and the arm accelerates. The energy's got to go somewhere. So when you stop a link, the arm is going to go much, much faster. All of these tips are about getting you to hit a faster serve. All right, Yang, here are your serve solutions. Number one, I want you to choke down on the grip a bit, right? Think of it as your pinky is as low as it can go on the grip without hanging off, right? By extending the lever, being looser with the hand by using this technique, you will feel instantly that you get some free power. Number two, I want you to lift your right hand straight up to your right ear. And you have to feel like you're elbowing someone behind you. So you're going to elbow someone as you lift the hand straight to your ear. This is going to allow your body to turn away from the court and your chest to point more to the back fence. you're doing that round arc, right? I don't have to say round, but that arc with your right hand as you saw. And that actually opened your body back up toward the net. So you're uncoiling as you lift your hand up, where we want to coil and corkscrew, or open up the ability to corkscrew. And we're going to do that separation idea that you talked about in your email, shoulders separated from your hips. But it's very difficult to do that when your hand's making that arc. So we're trying to lift the hand straight to the ear. That allows you to turn your body more than you currently are. Number 3, I want you to lift the racket with the tip still pointing slightly down. Lift the racket up with the tip still pointing down. This is going to lengthen the distance the racket still has to travel when your hand gets up around shoulder level, which again, distance over time, you are making it very easy to swing faster by just creating the environment where you've got to go faster out of necessity. Number 4, I want you to bend your elbow after contact. Just remember, that means the elbow points up. So after you hit the ball, this is great for pronation. So many good things happen from this from the acceleration standpoint. Try the Ben Shelton, Boris Becker, John Isner does this. We just saw Nadal, JJ Wolf, right? When they make that move, I'm telling you, it is a great accelerant. Even though it's happening after contact, you're purposely accelerating to make that happen. So it actually does affect the contact. Number 5, I want you to cross your arms. And this, we're talking about the finish, obviously. Cross your arms, meaning you're going to keep your body facing to the right net post when you're done. So when you're done, and I love how your left arm drops out in front of you along with the racket drop. I mean, just like Rod Laver, it's great. But you're going to pull that arm in, and then I want it to stay there, and I want you to finish in the Power X, keeping your body facing to the net post. We just saw it with JJ Wolf. We just saw it with Nadal. These tips I cannot wait to see, especially someone at your caliber of a player and your level of play. You are going to be incredible with these. And by the way, as I was talking, I was like, wait, I didn't show him the actual Power X from JJ. So I think I was showing the body stopping, but I wasn't actually showing the Power X. So that's how I want you to finish. You can see he's like waving to the back fence, right? He's waving to someone standing behind him. I want you to have your arms crossed, just like Nadal, just like JJ. Yong, thank you again. I really appreciate you trusting me to help you with your tennis game. Go in the order in which I taught. Take your time through each idea, and there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. Young, you got this.